I like the way that the both teams are finishing checks after the play. George, puck has gone off, and players are deciding that going to let you know that we're here, and it's a big game. Steven Sims taking center position tonight, George. We've seen him play forward before, not quite center a lot, though.
No, it's a rarity. Lindstrom around the boards, stopped up over there by Beard. Back in behind the goal, quickly out in front. Back of the point, Brown. Tip, that just went over the top of the goal, so Southern Shore coming on a little bit of momentum after that first goal. Have had a couple of good chances since.
And George, in years past, I think that it's probably fair to say that the teams that have been in the East Coast have felt that they might have been underdogs. They don't feel that anymore, George, and they don't need to. They've got a solid team. Let's call a spade a spade.
Chafe against McGurk. Beard had it taken away. Wicks gets to center, dumps it down into the corner. Gill on it first, tried to play it back, fanned on it. Picked up there by Brandon Beard. And it's dumped in. Whiffen comes out to play it. He'll leave it for the captain, Mike Brent. Brent swinging away. Forced back again. Good forecheck by the Shore. Kavanaugh forces Brent back. Then a long stretch pass looking for McGurk. McGurk got a piece of it. No icing. Yetman around the boards. Wicks knocked it down. Wicks in around behind the goal. Danny Wicks circling the goal. Wicks nowhere to go with it. Fed it through the slot. Nobody there for the Cataracts. Picked up by the Shore. And Daniel Cadigan will clear it in. McGurk out towards the blue line. Gill fanned on it. Back in it goes again. Both teams will change. Hounsell tried to play it off the boards back to short. That was picked off. On it is Kennedy. Keenan Kennedy. Held against the boards. Nicholas looking for it. Penalty now coming up. First penalty of the game. Going to go to Brandon Bussey of the Cataracts.
Yeah, and the official was right next to it, George. He let it go for, 6 or 8 seconds or something, and he's telling him here now, he said, but after that, you put the clamps on him, you're going to receive yourself 2 minutes or less for holding. First penalty of the afternoon goes to the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts.
Great start for the home side. They're up 1-0. Now they'll go on the power play. Cadigan, Kennedy back on the blue line for the Southern Shore. Jeremy Nicholas will take the face-off. Kyle Thibault on the right side. Kavanaugh on the left. Face-off goes to the boards. Cadigan. Kennedy. Back to Cadigan. One-timer. Partially fanned on it. Kavanaugh has it. Kavanaugh turns. He'll shoot it right into the chest of Whiffen. Rebound is loose there. 2 more whacks at it. It is still loose. They couldn't cover it. Finally, Patty Yetman has it. Yetman brings it out. Cataracts fans calling for a penalty. Here's a shorthanded opportunity for Yetman. It's going to be a penalty. They're going to call a penalty. Shot.
I'm surprised at that call, George. I definitely thought it was going to be a penalty. Cataracts were calling for a penalty, George, just prior to that as Patty Yetman got his arm hauled back, and the official thought otherwise. But we're going to see a penalty shot here, George, at 13:48 mark.
First one we have seen all year, Robert.
I think so, yes.
I don't know if there were ones in any of the other games, but the games we've covered, this is our first penalty shot.
Number 42, Pat Yetman.
So a short-handed opportunity for Yetman. Now he'll get, this is cousin on cousin here.
We talked about the family tree.
They should know each other pretty well. Do they know the tendencies?
We shall see.
Ranging off the outside of the goalpost and stays out.
That's all that matters. Doesn't matter what side of the post. It didn't go in. And, of course, if you speak to goaltender Mark Yetman after the game, he'll say, that's all I gave him.
Yeah, it really did hit just the very outside of the post, the very light tick as it went by. So score remains 1-0, still on the power play. Minute 25 left to go in the penalty to Brandon Bussey of the Cataracts. Ledrew. Stephen Ledrew. A little bit of a mix-up there. He'll go back and recover. This is Ledrew for the Breakers. Played this year with the CBS Blues, one of the 3 pickups. Ryan Power, number 10, one of the other ones. Got the 2 Blues players out there. Going to call them the Blues Brothers.
Oh, I like it.
Pass was intended for Beard. Wicks just got his stick on it to deflect that. Beard, back to point for Power. Beard lets it go to Andrew Gale. Fed it in front. That one right on goal. Whiffen made the save. Lindstrom pokes it around the boards. Lindstrom will go and get it himself. Kicks it up ahead. Lindstrom down the ice shorthanded. Nick Lindstrom, shot, save made by Yetman. Rebound was there. Yetman makes another save. So Cataracts with a couple of good shorthanded opportunities. Still 23 seconds to go in the Bussey penalty. Andrew Gale shoots it well wide from that short side. As often happens, you miss short side from that angle. Puck comes back out. Keenan Kennedy will bring it back in. Gets hit hard by Mike Brent.
You can hear that.
Yetman around the goal. 5 seconds to go in the power play. That'll do it as the Cataracts clear it down the ice. Bussey's out of the penalty box. Pass in behind. Kennedy trying to get to it. Was Sims of the Cataracts. Couldn't catch up to it. And Southern Shore bring it out. Cataracts on a change. Cadigan allowed to walk right in. Iverson home.
It's too much ice, and A.J. Whiffen has got to make that save. There was just a parting of the weight. See there, George. Way too much ice. He picked the puck in the neutral zone. There wasn't when anybody went in. 20 feet of him. Let that shot go top of the circle. A.J. Whiffen's one that I think he should have had that one.
Well, we've got our replay working. We didn't have it for the first one. Didn't have the record.
Blocker side. 2-zip. Southern Shore Breakers.
Southern Shore Breakers
Comes with exactly 12 minutes to go in the first period. A great start for the home side. Mark Yetman picks up an assist.
Nice.
Jeremy Nicholas also getting an assist. So the Cataracts in a hole early. Here in game number 1. It's picked up by Wicks. Wicks in over the blue line. Wicks will shoot it. Rolling puck kicked away by Yetman. Gill is on it. Surrounded by a couple of Southern Shore Breaker players. Comes back at the point. Hoff couldn't hold it in. Greg Hoff back out at center. Dumps it down into the corner.
Jackburn Regional Sport and Entertainment Center is pleased to welcome.
Whistle is gone. They calling an icing?
Yeah, I think so, George. They did not get to the officials will usually give you a couple of feet, but I think he might have been outside of that little perimeter.
It was right down below us. Tough to see. Cadigan. Shot, that hit somebody in front. Cole, a little slow to move on it. Now he's got it. Michael Cole for the Cataracts. Cole, fanned on the pass. Go back and try it again. Drops it off to Brent. Lindstrom. Up ahead to Brent. Brent down the right side. Brent in over the blue line. Brent with a shot. Easy save for Mark Yetman. He'll hold on to it. No rebound there.
George, just prior to that, when Cataracts were shorthanded, we watched Nick Lindstrom skate down on the right-hand side, being a left-handed shooter. And you speak to many a person in Newfoundland Senior Hockey League, they'll tell you Nick Lindstrom is one of the strongest skaters. May not look like he's traveling very fast, but when you try to catch up to him, very difficult guy. Just smooth skater, strong, was able to get in a good shorthanded opportunity. Nice to look around here, George, just down below us and see a number of kids with the Yetman Hockey School jerseys on.
Yeah, apparently our time clock has frozen up. Robert,
oh, okay.
It's still showing 6-something. There's
10.5 left.
Yep. We'll have to give it to you verbally and work on that as we go along. We're having trouble with that camera this afternoon when we set it up. Another chance for the Breakers. That goes over the top of the goal.
Another turnover by the Cataracts right in the middle of the ice.
Hounsell. behind the goal, getting it out in front, put it just wide. Puck comes back at the point, shot on goal, tipped away. Power with it. They head to Scott McCarthy. Through the middle. He was looking for Chafe. Taken away. Bussey dumps it in wide of the goal. On it. Shot goes wide. That was Loveridge.
Cataracts with their fourth line out here now.
Beard getting away. Good pass for Chafe. Chafe working against Cantwell. Cantwell takes him in around behind the goal. Weak backhand cleared away. Out at center. Cadigan will send it back in. Cantwell behind his goal. To Hoff. Up through the middle, comes right back to Greg Hoff. Again, it stopped. Third effort. Hoff gets it down deep, and that line will head off for the Cataracts. Long stretch pass up ahead. Oates. It's Matthew Oates, clears it in. Whiffen leaves it for Lindstrom. Pass into the skates of McGurk. Knocked down at center. Wicks spinning away. Lofts it in behind the goal. Cadigan will pick it up there. 8:46 to go in the first period. Again, our time clock is frozen, so we'll give it to you verbally. Wicks will dump it in. Yetman leaves it for Cadigan. Get it around the boards. Shot from a sharp angle went wide. Mike Brandt is on it. Throws it towards the goal. Rebound is there. They score!
We've seen Andre Gill score many a goal from that very same spot, George. He's a scorer. He's had a tough season this year. However, he certainly gets the Cataracts a much-needed goal there as the shot came from the point. Open net, makes no mistake, puts it in. Cataracts close the score to 2-1 favor of the Southern Shore Breakers.
Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts goal scored by 61, Andre Gill. Assisted by 63, Danny Wicks.
So we'll take the time clock out until we get it fixed.
24 seconds. Gill from Wicks.
Shot goes in wide of the goal from Sims, cleared away by Yetman. Comes out at center. Sam Hounsell back to pick it up. Hounsell hard off the board. Sims has it. Steven Sims brings it back in for the Cataracts. Tried to feed it across. It went off the skate, and coming back is Dalton, cutting into the middle. Hoff took a stick up in the face. It was inadvertent, but still got clipped.
Yeah, he forward tried to get to the inside, had to stick up and got Greg Hoff square in the chops.
Both teams will get in a change with 7.5 to go here in the first. Breakers leading it 2-1. Beard, backhand, kicked away by Whiffen. Breakers on it right away. Down in the corner. Tipped away by Hoff. Hoff in behind the goal. To McGurk. McGurk's stick got caught in the boards.
Larson,
see that too often.
No, that was that's definitely a steal.
There's a little gap there in the toe. The stick dug in. Would have been dangerous. Wicks down behind the goal. Fed it out in front. Went by everybody. Brent hustles up to hold it in. Gill couldn't catch up to it. Gale waiting for it on the far side. Gave it away to Bussey. Went off his stick down into the corner. Bussey and Cadigan. Gill is in there. Bussey back to Byrne. Byrne with a shot. Save made by Yetman. He'll hold on to it.
Some good action here now, George. Some body contact. Really hard game here along the boards. As not for the faint of heart. And we've seen as Greg Hoff went in, he's looked at the official after he got clipped in the mouth there. He's speaking to him there now. It was inadvertent. However, inadvertent now, when you stick it up in someone's chops, it usually results in 2 minutes. And yes, then a strange turn of events down behind the net, George, as McGurk was trying to move the puck, and as he did, and we could even see the little gap down there now, George, and the toe of the stick got stuck into the boards, and he was without a stick, and it turned the puck over. It could have been a disaster for the Cataracts.
There's a gate there, one of the small gates, and
I think that they're actually going to speak about that now.
as I say, it could be dangerous. I mean, you're going around there and that stick goes in there and the butt end ends up into your stomach. So there is a discussion.
I'm not sure what this discussion is about, though. Both teams make. I think there's going to be a penalty on the play, George, and it's the high stick after the fact, I think, because Greg Hoff was cut, and I think it's Kavanaugh is going to get 2 minutes for the high sticking. I think, George.
Well, he's headed to the penalty box. 4 minutes gone up on the board, Robert.
That's the call. It was a double minor. It was missed at the time, and he went over, and I think the even officials saw it, but never decided to call it. Anyway, however, afterwards, it does get called, and it is a double minor.
Touches somebody over at the Breakers bench. Faceoff will come back down into their end. That's an unusual one. The officials got together at the next whistle and discussed it.
Yeah. George, that being said, I think the correct call was made, and that's what you can hope for. Now, I'm not sure why there was the delay in it, and but anyway, there's no question about it. I watched Greg Hoff go by, and he was, certainly bleeding.
A chance for the Cataracts to turn this around. They were trailing it 2-0. They got one back. Now they've got 4 minutes to work on the power play. 6.5 to go in the period. Lindstrom with a shot up high. Yetman got a piece of it. Roddy short. Lindstrom. In front, it's tipped. Pass back, comes out.
Toy Sims has tried to go across that seam with that pass, George. That puck's got to go down low, not across.
6:05 to go in the period. 3:21 to go in the 4-minute penalty to Peter Kavanaugh. Lindstrom brings it in over the blue line. Good pass across. Right in front, tipped by Lindstrom, and a great save made by Yetman.
Beautiful save. Great play, beautiful save.
Back of the point, short. Sims. Lindstrom with a shot up high, missed the net. Yetman holds it in. Good pass across for Lindstrom. Nick Lindstrom down into the corner. They whip it out in front, cleared away. Good defensive play. Back down low, Cole. Lindstrom put it in front, off the glass and out. Good possession, a couple of good chances. Mark Yetman's been strong here in this first period. Gill leaves it for Wicks. Wicks stops up along the half wall. Down low to McGurk, in behind the goal to Gill, back at the point. Bussey across, short, down to McGurk. Back to Gill. Gill fell down. Comes back to Bussey. Bussey holds it in. That's knocked down by Baird. And look out, Andrew Gale. Short-handed breakaway. Gale, backhand. Save made by Whiffen.
Can't go across that blue line like that, George. That's just a disaster waiting to happen.
McGurk will bring it back in. He has the puck taken away. 4.5 to go in the period. Minute 46 to go in the power play for the Cataracts. Gill, pass in behind Yetman. Yetman's got it. Was looking for Brent. Puck goes up in the air. Yetman couldn't find it. Jeremy Nicholas does. Yetman gets back. The pass was in behind Nicholas. Now the Cataracts will head back up the ice. Yetman. He'll shoot it. Save is made by Mark Yetman, and again, no rebound. His rebound control has been exceptional here in the first period.
He gets himself in good position. George takes it in the middle of the breadbasket most times, and because of that, there are no rebounds.
4:02 to go in the first, 1:19 to go in the power play.
The Cataracts had some good possession on this power play, but they're not getting enough shots towards the net, George. Moving the puck around, but just maybe one too many passes, and we see it time and time again. And of course, one resulted in a pass coming across the blue line and a shorthanded opportunity for the Southern Shore Breakers.
Mike Brent with room, hard shot again, no traffic at all in front. That's an easy save for Mark Yetman.
Yeah, that's an easy save. He was right, George. He's a big goaltender out on the top of the blue. Mike was basically hoping that a white jersey would come in front. There was none there. He let the shot go. Yetman with an easy save.
Yetman to face off against Nicholas. Yetman won it. Back to Brent. Brent this time shoots again. No real traffic in front. It was off to the side, and Yetman got the stick on it, put it out of play.
You're exactly right, George. See, there was a little tie-up, but there was a total lane that goaltender Mark Yetman could see Mike Brent. Therefore, another relatively easy save. Couple of shots, but you need to get, from a Cataracts perspective, a little bit more traffic in front of the goaltender, not off to the side.
3:47 to go in the period. Just 1 minute to go now in the power play. Brent along the boards gives it to Yetman. Yetman back at the point. Down in Sims and behind the goal. Lindstrom to the side of the goal. Puck bounces out in front. Yetman tracks it down. He'll hold on to it. Michael Cole had his helmet ripped off and tossed in the air.
Well, George, one of these things that we've seen from Southern Shore Breakers, they're not going to, back down from anybody. We watched them play in the Joe back a while ago, and they came in, even though they might not have had the exact same lineups they got here tonight, they are a formidable team down low. They don't take kindly to anybody going in on top of their premier player, that being goaltender Yetman.
3:32 to go in the first. 49 seconds to go in the power play. 4-minute penalty to Peter Kavanaugh. High sticking on Greg Hoff. Bussey won the faceoff. Roddy Short. It's the return pass. Short will shoot it. It was deflected in front. Yetman made the save. You could hear it hit the pads. And then it's cleared down the ice by the Breakers. 30 seconds to go. In the power play, Yetman's forced back. Time winding down. Bussey will bring it out. Bussey, pass went off of Chafe. And again, it's cleared out. It's like the Breakers, barring something drastic at the end of this in the last few seconds, we're going to kill off this 4-minute power play, and they will. Just 5 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Kavanaugh. Down the ice it goes, and that'll do it. Great penalty kill.
Yeah, an uneventful power play for the Cameron Falls Windsor Cataracts. A lot of puck possession, not a lot of lost shots at the net.
Wicks gets a high stick. And again, it's going to be a penalty. The referee in the back saw it. And that stick got up.
That's an easy call.
And they're going to check. Wicks looked at him and says, am I bleeding? Am I bleeding?
I think
no, he says just 2.
2's enough.
Well, it's whatever's right.
That's true. That's back-to-back high sticking penalties for the Southern Shore Breakers, George. At 17-29.
Yep, 2:31 to go. So Cataracts right back on the power play.
So almost really 6 minutes in a row for the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts on the power play. And as I've told you before, George, structure or personnel, if power play is not working, you got to change one or the other.
Lindstrom shot. That time there was traffic. It hit the traffic. Goes to the side of the goal. Batted just wide. Gill is on it. Back at the point for Short. He'll swing it here on the near side for Lindstrom. Lindstrom puts it in towards the goal. It's battered around. Rattles around. Still loose now. Yetman's got it and holds on. That puck was really pinballing. He was doing basketball last night.
Well, I mean,
so
your apologies accepted.
Didn't apologize.
Oh, sorry. Yes, and George, you did basketball. It's been a busy week for you. You did 5 games, I believe, in the girls under 12 Atlantic in Clarenville. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, the AAA Bantams.
AAA Bantams, and then the St. John's Edge game last night, and now the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts and Southern Shore Breakers tonight and tomorrow.
Living the dream, Robert.
Love it.
Lindstrom with a shot. Blocker save made by Yetman.
Bob Cole will be proud.
Hill down to Cole. Minute 24 to go in the power play. Puck comes loose. Looked like the Breakers had a chance to move it, but a good play by Wicks to dive out. Got it back to Lindstrom. Now it's Gill. Swings it back at the point for Short. Short back down into the corner for Gill for Wicks. Wicks with a shot. That hit the Southern Shore player in the back. That was Fowler who was standing there. Comes back to the point. Short now has got some room. He'll shoot it. That's wide. Kept that one down. Lindstrom with a shot, also wide. Short's got it on the other side. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Cole fed it in front. Cole's on it again. Wicks back to Lindstrom. Lindstrom takes it off his skate. Back to Wicks. Wicks on his backhand, back to the point. 38 seconds. Short. In towards the goal. Again, wide. Lindstrom has it. He'll wind up. That went off the shin pads of Peter Kavanagh. Gill has got it. 1 minute to go in the period. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Pass in behind short. Cadigan's got it. Can't get it out. Yetman hustles over to hold it in. Yetman into the middle. Shot just wide by Lindstrom. Short. In towards the goal. That was tipped by Gill, and still Yetman made the save. Just 4 seconds to go in the power play. 40 seconds to go in the period.
Now that was a better power play for the Cataracts, George. They moved the puck much the same as they did the previous power play, but they got more pucks directed at to the net, and that's one of the things you need to do. One of the things, though, George, that hurts, not only are you killing penalties all the time, is that some of your offensive players on the Southern Shore Breakers, they're sitting for 4 and 5 minutes, and that makes it tough on them as well.
Brent, his shot went off the stick of Chafe and wide, held in by Hounsell. Penalties now over. 28 seconds to go in the period. Tried to get it out in front for Sims. That went off his stick. Brent comes back to get it. Gives it to Hounsell. Knocked down. Yetman. Back to Brent. Quickly across to Hounsell. Off the boards. A little bit too far for Yetman. He gets sent, right back in again. Just 6 seconds to go in the period. Brent swinging around the glass to go down the ice. Cadigan's got it. He'll leave it right there. And the first period will come to an end. Great start for the Southern Shore Breakers. They get the first 2 goals. Cataracts with a big response by Andre Gill to get themselves back in this one.
Yeah, and I think that they needed it tremendously too, George. You don't want to get down 3-0 in the first period. And, as I said, then we've said at the outset, they're going to feel each other out. First period summary, George, as the Southern Shore Breakers open up the 2019 Herder final with a goal from Peter Kavanagh, assist going to Thibault and Ledoux. That was at 3:37. Then at the 8-minute mark, just 4.5 minutes later, Cadigan from Nicholas and goaltender Mark Ketman, normally making saves, got an assist on this one. And then Andre Gill at 11:34 for the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts, assist going to Danny Wicks and Mike Brent. 3 penalties in the period. Cataracts at 15:37, Bussy 2 minutes for holding. Then the Breakers at 14:14, Kavanagh double minor for high sticking, and then at 17:25, Beard 2 minutes for high sticking. Shots on goal after 1 period of play here at the Jack Byrne Stadium. 23-10 in favor of the Southern Shore Breakers.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to work on our time clock. No promises, folks. We'll do what we can. We'll be back with period number 2 in just a few moments from now. Stay with us. Game number 1 of the 2019 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series from the Jack Byrne Arena in Torbay. And we welcome you back to period number 2 between the Breakers and the Cataracts. Breakers lead it 2-1 after the opening 20 minutes of play. And we are still without our time clock, folks. That may be the issue the rest of the game. We'll give it to you verbally.
Keep you informed. My mic on, George?
Nope, you're good. I mean, yeah, we can hear you, Robert. Just give it a quick mic test.
Mic test. I can't hear myself.
You should be able to. If you can hear me, you can hear yourself.
Okay, I can. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Are we having fun yet, Robert?
Always. Anytime that you get a chance to come and watch this type of event, George, it's got to be fun.
Yeah, I'm pleased to bring it to you. All right, almost ready to go. The intermission clock still showing 5 seconds. That's what they're waiting for. No penalties on the board to start this second period, so we will be 5-on-5 as we begin. First period was a good one. Good pace.
It was indeed.
Lots of hitting, a couple of good goals. Dumped in by the Breakers. Whiffen missed it. Short will pick it up in the corner, up along the boards to Yetman. Tried to tip it up ahead. Gets it to Sims. Kennedy missed it for the Breakers. Sims with a shot in wide of the goal. Yetman off the boards. Sims stepped on the puck and took a nasty spill down in the corner. Then it's shot down the ice by Southern Shore, and that'll be an icing call against the Breakers.
Yeah, that's one of those things, George, that you see in stepped onto the puck. Good thing he was a little ways from the boards because it could have been a really bad one.
In behind the goal, the Breakers won the faceoff, get it up ahead. Stephen Oates will clear it in, or rather Matthew Oates. Cole can't get it out. Nicholas looking for it. Coming up with the puck. Kennedy taken to the boards by Sims. Kennedy keeps going, keeps his feet moving. Right out in front. Breakers throw it around. Shot from a sharp angle. Nicholas didn't get through to the goal. Yetman out ahead to Michael Cole. Cole will clear it in. He's going to head to the bench, get in a line change. Pass up ahead to Oates. Up the blue line, right onto the stick. Shot goes wide. Beard looking for a penalty. Mike Brent looked like he kind of wrapped around him. Big bounce from the puck behind the goal. Lindstrom tried to kick it up to his stick, missed it. The Breakers will bring it out. Gale into the middle for Chafe. He's poke checked. Wicks turns. Behind the goal, over here on the near side to Mike Brent. Brent, pass up ahead. Wicks. Shot on goal, rather that was Lindstrom. Brent will hold it in here at the near point. Mike Brent and along the boards. Getting it in front was Gill, knocked off his stick. Pass just beyond the reach of Andrew Gale, and that'll be an icing call. That pass was about a foot shorter. He might have been off to the races.
And it's the thing is, George, it's these turnovers, but it doesn't matter what part of the icing. If you turn the puck over and you're not ready to go, you're going to find yourself chasing that puck, and that's not a good thing.
Face off to the left of Mark Yetman. Cadigan with it. Breakers doing a good job in the face-off circle so far in this game. Third time icing, though, here in the second period.
That's that long pass that they're looking for. And one of the things, George, if you notice, they're trying to spring a guy loose. And even on that particular call, or no call, it almost looked like it was offside. The one that Mike Brent got his arm around him. And that could have been a difficult time to try to defend against that. So the Cataracts are going to start to need to bring their D-man back a little bit more, I think, right now.
17:50 left to go, second period. Again, the Breakers win the faceoff. Thrown over to an open side. Beard. Shot. Whiffen got a piece of it. Cadigan will hold it in along the boards. Cantwell trying to play with his skate. Hoff hard around the boards. Oates will hold it in. Down for Kavanagh. Heading for the front of the goal was Thibault. They spotted him in the last second. Shot deflected. Big save by Whiffen as Dalton got his stick on that. Great pressure here by the Breakers. Cadigan calling for it. Cadigan with a shot. Scores! Daniel Cadigan, his second.
George, the Cataracts got caught puck watching that whole shift, and they never, ever got possession of the puck once, and they moved the puck around, that being the Southern Shore Breakers, and of course got it right in the side. And they watch the puck go into the back of the net. 3-1 in favor of the Southern Shore Breakers. Big goal.
Huge goal here early in the second period. 2 minutes, 56 seconds in, and they get their 2-goal lead back.
Southern Shore Breakers goal, his second of the game, scored by number 6, Dan Cadigan. The assist to number 44, Peter Kavanagh, and 39, Blake Dalton.
Kavanagh
2 minutes, 56
gets an assist.
Cadigan, his second, from Kavanagh and Dalton at 2:56.
Blake Dalton with the other assist. Southern Shore looking pretty good. Here they come
certainly are.
again. Nicholas down the left side. Jeremy Nicholas. Shot on goal. Pad save made by Whiffen. Cadigan holding it in along the boards. He's got it again. Cadigan down low. Nicholas backhand. Just missed. Breakers all over the Cataracts right now. Fowler will hold it in.
Sorry, George. Cadigan's taking this game on his back, George. You can see he's been the most heralded player on this team next to Yetman, and he's certainly shown it here this evening.
Roddy Short steps between a couple of players, keeps going. Roddy Short trying to make things happen. Out for Yetman. Big save by Yetman.
Came out and cut the angle down beautiful and made a great save.
Gale, drop pass. Chafe, shot. Whiffen's got it and holds on.
That could have been nightmare for the Cataracts then, George. I mean, if you see what's happening right here now, the Cataracts coming back defensively are just not getting to the guy. Just far too much open ice, George. Even though that was a nice little drop pass that he made, but he's coming in and basically A.J. Whiffen is there all by himself. Got it in the breadbasket. It was a big save for A.J. Whiffen, as it was for Mark Yetman just prior.
A moment ago, great rush by Roddy Short trying to make things happen for the Cataracts.
He needs to do more of that.
A great pass to Patty Yetman and Mark Yetman with another big save.
I love the way Mark Yetman just tracks the puck down, George. He really gets himself in good positions.
Stolen at center. Wicks will bring it back in. Wicks, sharp angle, easy save for Yetman. Puck is in the corner. Gill is in there. Wicks comes up with it. Wicks cycles it back in behind the goal for McGurk. Tried to feed it out in front. Wicks has got it. Knocked off his stick. Gill tried to pass it back to the point. Picked off. Wicks throws it in front. McGurk was there for the screen. Yetman's got it. And again, absolutely no rebound. He smothers the puck.
He gets so many shots in the midsection in the breadbasket, George, and that's, people say, oh, you're lucky. No, that's not luck at all. It's skill. Understanding where the puck is coming from, setting your angles, and getting your body in a great position.
Right now, the shots on goal, 27-15, favoring the Cataracts with 15:21 to go in the second. Mark Yetman has been very good.
Indeed.
Thibault over the blue line. Thibault trying to cut in front. Yetman knocked it away from him. Cadigan's got it again. Sims closed on him. Puck's along the board. Yetman has it. Lifts it high in the air. Oates off the boards. Up ahead, a big collision at center.
That was Greg
Hoff
Hoff.
stepped into Dalton.
Clean, solid shoulder to the chest and really sent him down.
And a great pass now up ahead to Yetman. Yetman trying to get around Cadigan. Goes in behind the goal. Oates leaves it back there for Cadigan.
Heads up!
Up just down below us.
Low bridge.
And give credit to the young gentleman there sitting next to the young lady. Immediately jumped up, put his arms around and protected her.
He certainly did.
Didn't just reach for the puck like some guys. Hey, I got a souvenir coming. Duck, honey.
Yeah, we'll rip the stitches later on. A little closer. George might have an opportunity to get that one out. Baseball season started. I have my hands ready. Jays are off to a tough start. Long season, 162 games.
Did they play today? I was kind of busy.
No, but you've been very busy.
Power back behind the goal. Bussey stepped into him. Off the boards. Jeremy Nicholas is away. Nicholas. Great speed. Had his stick lifted. Last second managed to get away the shot on the second try. Roddy Short took a high stick. The referee was distracted by the two players falling down in the corners. Boy, he never saw it, Robert.
I think
high
so.
Shot. Yetman's got it.
He was, George, and as a matter of fact, Roddy was going up the ice. He got clipped with a high stick. And he's going to get a penalty here now, George. Roddy Short is going to get a penalty here now for a slash after the play. He got clipped up high. And we see that so many times, and there was no doubt about it. It was a high stick, but as you spoke so excellent, George, the two players were down in the corner, and the officials looking at him and never saw the play. And how many times do we see the result of a retaliation? And that's exactly what happened here today.
13:57 to go in the period. Power play for the Breakers, already leading it by 2.
Time and penalty, 6 minutes, 3 seconds. Short for slash.
Power.
6:03.
They're with Dalton. Beard down low, right out in front, off the stick of Dalton, back in behind the goal. Beard with it along the half wall, back at the point. Power can't shoot it, back to Beard. Beard's got some room, shot up high and hit a few players. Knocked down, and I think Whiffen made a save on the rebound.
Might have hit the shaft of the stick, I think.
A lot of players in front. Beard. Power. Looked him off. Shot right on. Goal. Hit Whiffen in the chest. Drop down. It's loose. Breakers are on it. Breakers are doing a good job getting traffic in front of A.J. Whiffen on this power play. Puck sent down the boards.
And I think that,
by Brent.
That's a tactic that they're going to have to employ, George, and it worked well.
51 seconds to go in the power play. 12:46 to go in the period. And Hounsell launched himself at the Breaker player. Just missed. You could hear the oohs and ahs. Heads up!
Boom!
Oh, my goodness. That was scary.
I think that might have went off somebody's head, George, I think.
Right down below us. Can't see if fans are leaning in.
And the glass along the... Yeah, she took that one right in the head, George.
You could see that coming up this way, right towards us. It hit the woman on the top of the head. They're going to take her out for medical attention. That was scary. And it was coming right towards us.
Glass here is not real high around the sides, George. And that's two pucks that have come up here and close to our proximity. However, that one did get a spectator in the head area.
Yeah, hit her right in the top of the head. May have deflected once before it hit her.
Yeah, I think it might have hit the rail.
Whew, that was a scary incident. I hope she's okay.
Yes, I think so. She's able to get up. I see her walking down her now. She's holding her head, but...
Okay, so play underway again. Yetman shorthanded with Cole. Yetman, cross. In front, it's tipped, and a big save by Yetman. Penalties now over. Roddy Short is back out. Boy, Mark Yetman has had an answer for everything the Cataracts have thrown at him.
He's a phenomenal goaltender. He tracked that down well, George. Anticipated tremendously.
Just that one goal that he gave up, but he has made half a dozen big-time saves. Sims. Off the boards, was looking for McGurk. Got past Cadigan down the ice. Oates leaves it in the corner for Cadigan. Quickly up ahead. Wicks has it. Wicks with a shot, scores. Danny Wicks.
And George, the team was over on this side. They were watching the puck, and it was one of these quiet in your sort of hiding in the grass type of a place. Wicks got it and made a tremendous shot and beat goaltender Mark Getman to put the Cataracts their second goal, 3-2, 11-17. Certainly love to have back.
No, Cataracts back in it again. Down by just one.
Strange bounce off the boards, and it was like a little pick play. Two players banging in each other and enabled Wicks to pick up the loose puck.
Lots of hitting, 5 goals. And despite the 5 goals, we've seen some great goaltending. So
yes,
this had everything. McGurk and Bussey with the assists. Kept in by LeDrew, floats it in towards Whiffen. He'll catch that on the line drive. 1 out.
And George, you're talking about that's certainly one that the Cataracts needed to have.
Please welcome Heather Rankin, Tuesday, May 7th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets $37.
10:58 to go in the second.
Southern Shore Breakers with the last change, being the home team, employing a 5-man change here now. Looks like they're trying to match up the lines against the Cataracts here. Good coaching tactic.
LeDrew off the end boards, hit the back of the goal. Brent, that hit the referee out in front. Could have been dangerous. Cataracts come up with it and clear it. Almost went on the stick of the Southern Shore player. Dump down the ice.
Had a lot of everything going on, George.
So Bob Cole says, everything is happening.
Everything indeed.
Nicholas working against Lindstrom. Jeremy Nicholas back at the point, went between the two defensemen back at the point. Chases Cadigan back into his own end. That's picked off. Patty Yetman. Yetman in over the blue line. Yetman holding it. Yetman tried to feed it in front. Couldn't maintain possession. Thibault turning.
Nicholas is a great skater as well.
Oh, was he ever. Jeremy Nicholas, top-notch player. You talk about a guy who never takes his shift off.
That would be him.
Brent off a stick, straight up in the air. Nice catch made by Cadigan.
Yes, he wears the captaincy for a very good reason, George, that being Nicholas. And I just love the way he has always got his head up. He's coming through the neutral zone. Reminds me a lot of Jordan Escott, and the two very similar players in terms of their head up and their puck moving and puck handling ability. Nicholas is a tremendous skater, particularly in the open ice.
Wicks puts it in behind the goal. To the boards. Breakers around it. Got rid of it. Hounsell back in his own end. Hounsell, good pass to Andre Gill. Gill up through the middle. Drops it off. Wicks. Wicks with a shot pad save made by Yetman. Good shot. Better save. Puck comes here to the boards. Hounsell got a stick on it first. Gale will bring it in. Gale's pass through the middle, was looking for Beard. Beard goes down in the corner to get it. It's kicked up ahead to Wicks. Wicks gets it up high down the ice. Race for it here. Fowler gets back first to beat Gill to it. Gill takes him to the boards. Now Gill will head to the Cataracts bench. Gale tips it into the middle. Chafe allowed to walk right in. It's a little 360 and taken to the boards. Back at the point, Cadigan. That diagonal pass, that's picked off. McGurk gets rid of it. Yetman stole it. Yetman, he's got Cole with him. Yetman holds it. Yetman, he's stopped up, never got the shot away. Sims was looking for Cadigan, just missed him. And the glass shook, and they have a few words. Robert, we need to sneak in a quick break.
A commercial? Sure, go ahead.
Feeling hungry? Let us take care of you at Lefty's Pizzeria and Lounge, 24 Lincoln Road, Grand Falls, Windsor. Famous for our stone-baked pizza and our own Italian dough and secret sauce that's made fresh daily. Also try our garlic fingers, pastas, wings, nachos, lasagna, donaires, and even fresh homemade bread. Delivery is available starting at 4 p.m. and we now offer vicinity rewards. Get the best for your money at Lefty's Pizzeria and Lounge. Call 489-2944 to place an order.
Puck came right out in front. Cleared away by Southern Shore. They'll bring it out. Oates didn't get it in deep. Brent off the board, sends it out and comes back in again. Oates had to let it go. That would have been offside. Now the Breakers tag up. Lindstrom had it knocked off his stick. Good play by Oates. Southern Shore will bring it back in. Kavanaugh turning in the corner. Got it out in front. Brent gets it behind the goal. Southern Shore in a fierce forecheck. They'll hold it in at the blue line. Shot, save made by Whiffen. Not sure he saw it right away. Seemed to look one direction, made the save as the puck came the other.
Cataracts just turning the puck over far too much, George.
LeDrew leaves it there. Oates off the boards. That's stolen by Bussey in front. Yetman rather saw it through all that traffic and made the save. And Southern Shore cleared out. By far the most physical game we've seen this year.
No question, and of course I think if you spoke to most hockey fans, that's exactly what they were anticipating.
Brent bounces it in right to Yetman. He will cover it up with Andre Gill right there. Down to 7:04 to go in the second period. Breakers lead it 3-2.
Not only has it been a physical game, George, but the other side of it too, there's been a lot of attempted checks that have been missed checks that could have resulted in some real good headbangers.
Yeah, I was factoring that into the equation.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw Sims just come here try to get a piece of Cadigan, and Cadigan just sidestepped him, but one of the loudest bangs we've heard this year against the Boars, without a doubt.
Breakers bring it in over the blue line. Chafe knocked off his stick. Cleared back at the point. LeDrew will hold it in. Goes behind the goal over into the far corner. Hoff is there. Kept in at the blue line. Power with the big slap shot. That was deflected and went wide. Off the glass and out. LeDrew has it. LeDrew quickly across. Power. Lifts it up high. Hoff knocked it down, but kept in by Gale. Backhand. That went off Whiffen, then off the end boards. Still to the side of the goal. Breakers are on it. Try and throw it out in front. Cantwell did a good job to break that pass up. Cadigan holds it in at the blue line. And a great chance for Andrew Gale. Won it to one time and really kind of mishandled it. Now he'll throw it in behind the goal.
It was wide open, and then when he waited, it was just a little too long.
Again, more chances by the Breakers. They got the Cataracts pinned in their own end again. Off to the boards. Power. Sorry, Fowler, 77. All Breakers shot right on goal, and the Cataracts need to get a change.
They need to change there desperately, George. They were pinned in their own zone for upwards of a minute, and of course the Southern Shore Breakers realize that, and we're moving the puck around. And the Cataracts, two things usually happen, and results either in a penalty or a goal. Cataracts are very fortunate to get out of that shift, not being scored on or having a penalty taken.
Face off to the left of A.J. Whiffen. Nicholas in to take it against McGurk. McGurk wins it. It's kept in at the blue line. Put to the side of the goal. Oates with a chance. Whiffen made the save. Puck goes in behind the Cataract goal. Breakers are on it again.
It's going to be a high stick on McGurk here, George.
Against Kennedy. A lot of high sticking penalties in this game, both sides.
That's four of them there now, and that's an easy call for the official to make. He's 6 feet from the call. McGurk got to stick up a little high, and of course that's going to result in a penalty every time. Southern Shore Breakers will go on the power play here at 14:25, 5:35 remaining here in the second period.
Fair to say they kind of earned that power play. They spent a lot of time in the Cataracts' end.
They certainly did.
Had the Cataracts chasing them. 5:35 to go here in the second. A one-goal game here in the opening game of the Herder. Cadigan.
Cataracts penalty number 18, Kyle McGurk, 2 minutes for high sticking. Fine penalty, 14 minutes.
Gave it to Thibault, then to Nicholas, back to Cadigan.
At 14:25.
Cadigan, shot, pad save made by Whiffen. Cadigan, good low shot, accurate one from the point. Nicholas. Jeremy Nicholas holding along the wall. Elects to go down low. Thibault back to Nicholas. Nicholas with a shot. Save made by Whiffen. Got the shoulder up on it. Walking along the boards down below us. Good power play here by the Breakers. Cadigan. Nicholas. Nicholas holding it back at the blue line. Thibault out in front. Puck is still loose, cleared towards the blue line. This one will come out. Minute to go in the power play. Pass for Nicholas, taken away by Yetman. Yetman tried to stick handle his way out, and it's taken away by Thibault. Chafe along the boards. Thibault's got it. Thibault to the front of the goal. That was stopped. It's still loose right in front. Finally, Yetman gets to it, and this time he's not going to mess around with it. Just clears it down the ice.
No, he's lucky to get away with the other one.
30 seconds to go in the power play. 4 minutes to go now in the period. Gale. He's taken to the boards by Brent. Gale back at the point. Good pass. Beard winds up, shoots. Save made by Whiffen. That was labeled for the top corner. Again, it rattles around. Another save made by Whiffen. That's lifted up high, and that'll go into the rafters. The faceoff will stay in the Cataracts' end.
And George, there was nothing but pure white ice between the red jersey and AJ Whiffen there then. And of course, Whiffen had to come up with a good glove save, and it just dangled around in the blue paint, and they weren't able to get a stick on it. If so, it would have resulted in a goal, but they were able to keep it at bay. It's 9 seconds remaining here in the penalty now to McGurk.
Face-off won by the Breakers. Power with it, back at the blue line, sends it along the boards. Beard, down low, hopped over the stick of Chafe. Breakers keep it in. Brent, hard off the boards, gets it out. Penalty's over. But the Breakers will bring it back in again. Chafe, tried to bring it in. He was stopped. Now he'll clear it to the blue line. He's hit by Brent. Sims to the blue line. Hard shot. Save made. Rebound was there. Oh, the whistle went.
It was
offside.
a delayed.
Well,
it was a delayed offside. Sometimes you'll see the official call it right away because there was actually a shot taken.
Yeah.
But he gives the opportunity to Southern Shore to move the puck. They weren't able to move it. Goaltender Mark Yetman knew quite well it was being an offside call.
Both teams take advantage of the little break to make changes. Good pass, Nicholas. He'll dump it in. Hounsell around the boards. Nicholas closes on him in a hurry. Leaves it back there. For Thibault. Comes out in front. Back at the point. Beard. Shot blocked. Loveridge is on it. Tried to get it up ahead quickly to Gill, who broke when the puck was blocked. Gill takes a hit along the boards. Bringing it back out. Scott McCarthy. McCarthy will clear it in. Whiffen out to play it. Reverses it to Roddy Short. Short up the near boards to Loveridge. Through the middle to McGurk. McGurk knocked away by Oates. Off the glass and out and down the ice. And that'll be an icing call. We'll be right back.
Kelly's Bar on Hill Road is the place to be in Grand Falls, Windsor. They've got a fully stocked bar to suit anybody's taste, including 6 varieties of draft beer on tap. There's always a friendly staff on hand to serve you with a smile and a big, beautiful outdoor deck. Watch their Facebook page for daily specials, karaoke every Thursday evening, and of course, Kelly's is famous for its live music every weekend. Something for everyone at Kelly's Bar, Hill Road in Grand Falls, Windsor.
Breakers come out, 3 across. Gale into the middle. Backhand by Chafe goes up high and wide. It's chopped into the Breakers bench. The faceoff will be in the Cataracts end of the ice. 2:02 to go here in the second period. Score remains 3-2 for the Southern Shore Breakers.
And George, we've seen here in the last 7 or 8 minutes now, both teams employing their fourth line on a couple of shifts. It's been a tough battle. We've only got 2 periods in the books, or 2 minutes short of 2 periods, so fourth line is going to be called on a little bit more, I think.
Tipped out by Michael Cole. Cole will go get it. Cole working in. Cole with a shot. Put it wide. Go back out in front. Shot scores. Patty Yetman.
George, that resulted in a very poor for the Southern Shore Breakers, a very bad pinch, and Michael Cole was able to go down. It looked like a nonchalant play, goes down there and, of course, loses possession of the puck after a sort of a weak shot, comes back. Goaltender Yetman never did see the puck first and last. Patty Yetman was resulted in a poor pinch by the right D-man. Southern Shore Breaker allowed Michael Cole to take that puck down.
So we're knotted at 3 with 1:52 to go here in the second. Yeah, a bit of a strange one. Cole shot, so didn't get a lot on it. Put it well wide, but went and got it. Managed to get it out in front. And Patty Evans had a number of great chances in this game. Marks had his number up till now, but finally Patty gets one.
Well, he had an opportunity on the breakaway, then he had a penalty shot, and he had another time in front of the net, and of course that one.
Tipped in. Whiffen stops it up back there for Roddy Short. Short. Just holding it long. Stretch pass was looking for Bussey. Knocked down by Cadigan, who read that. And that pass misfired completely. Thibault tips it across. Shot made by Dalton. Let's correct that. Yes, it was Blake Dalton with the shot. Bussey and Cadigan behind the goal. Kavanaugh comes up with it for the Breakers. Kyle McGurk with some good hops. Watching basketball last night, he went up and got that one.
He did. He had to climb the rope. There's no doubt about it.
It's tipped right down to Whiffen. He'll hold on. We're down to 32 seconds to go in the period.
George, the fact that the Cataracts had tied the game up late, just under 2 minutes, bodes well for the third period. And, of course, this is a capacity crowd here at the Jack this evening, and fans have been treated to 2 wonderful periods, and I'm sure it's going to be the same in the third.
Yeah, very good crowd here for the opening game.
Great to see.
Kennedy around behind the goal. Nicholas. LeDrew waiting for it back at the point. He gets it. LeDrew back in behind the goal. Tried to get it out to Kennedy. He lost it, and it comes out to center. LeDrew sends it right back in again, wide of the goal. Jumping on it first is Oates. Oates with a shot, a fluttering one. Whiffen made the save. Puck bounced up in the air. Came in. Whiffen had to make another save. Cataracts got looking around again.
Thinking George,
almost a very late goal for the Breakers.
It was 8.5 seconds left when the puck was picked up over in the corner, and I said, if you don't play to the buzzer, this is going to result in a goal in the back of the net. However, it never, but Cataracts were lucky.
Grand Falls Cataracts, 11.
Second period summary, George, and there was a lot of stuff that went on here in the second period. There's no doubt. A lot of stuff. I like that. Southern Shore Breakers at 2:56. Cadigan from Kavanaugh and Dalton. That was Cadigan's second of the evening. Cataracts respond at 8:43. Denny Wicks from Bussey and McGurk, and then the Cataracts at 18:14. Just a minute and a half left in the period. Patty Yetman from Michael Cole. 2 penalties in the period, both to the Cataracts at 6:03. Roddy Short, 2 minutes for slashing, and then the Cataracts at 14:25. Kyle McGurk, 2 minutes for high-sticking shots on goal after 2 periods of play. Here at the Jack Byrne Arena, 34-30 in favor of the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're into our second intermission. This game is tied. We'll be back with the third period in a few minutes. These are the 2019 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship games. Game number 1. Best of 7. A long way to go yet, Robert.
Indeed it is.
All right, folks, we'll be right back. The teams have come back out. We are getting set for the third period. Game number 1, we're tied after 2. 3-3 between the Cataracts and the Breakers. Had a chance, Robert, to walk around the stadium between periods and talking to a lot of fans, and a lot of people talking about the physicality of tonight's game. More hitting than we've seen, and certainly in regular season games throughout the year.
Yeah, for sure, George. And I took a little jaunt around as well, first and second intermissions, and same thing, speaking to people that just come up and say, how you doing, enjoying the game, so on and so forth. And they talked about it, yes. They don't get to see as much physicality out here in their league as we don't get to see as much in ours, but when the two teams and leagues get together, we certainly see it.
Well, it's all on the line now. I mean, this is the herder. This is what everybody plays for at the start of the season. Two teams have made it here. Both want to lift the trophy at the end of this.
Indeed. Indeed they do.
I'm told the gate is somewhere around 1,200 tonight, the attendance.
Awesome.
Good
Love
crowd.
it.
They had that last night as well. They had the
junior game.
Yeah, the finals of the St. John's Junior League.
Double overtime.
Game 7, double overtime. That would have been fun.
That would have been a treat as well, yes.
So a busy spot here this weekend at the Jack Byrne. Also told that the Cataracts were selling tickets, providing those to fans. They had close to 300 requests, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 Cataracts fans here as well. Short with a shot, it is tipped. With him. Yetman's got it and holds on.
Yes, and a shout out to the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts Adam A team who are out in here on the East Coast this weekend playing some games. They're playing in Mount Pearl today. They're playing again tomorrow. They're here and their parents tonight taking in a game. And Brian Tremler asked me to give a shout out to Roy Green and Eddie Budgell down in Florida taking in the game tonight. I'm sure the boys are having a nice coffee, sitting back with their feet up, relaxing, and enjoying the webcast, George.
Shot goes wide. Rough life for the boys.
I told them, I said, let Roy know he's got to get back early, get the greens done up in Grand Falls Windsor on the golf course.
Yeah, it's getting around that time of the year when you start thinking about it.
Courses are open out here, a couple of them, George.
I know.
Can we get 9 in tomorrow morning?
We probably could. Didn't bring my clubs, darn it.
We can get some.
I'm sure we can borrow some. Dumped in, wide of the goal. Wicks off the glass, knocked down. That's Beard. He lost it. Brent's got it. Brent off the boards. To Wicks. Cross-ice pass hits Lindstrom. Stepping up from the defense. Lindstrom. Back for Wicks. He fanned on it. He had a choice there of Wicks or Gill. Brent dumps it in. Puck goes off the dasher, up high and out of play. Mike Brent was ready to charge in and chase that one.
And we've seen him do that so many times, George.
Yep.
And he let that go from just inside center ice, just below us here, and hit off the edge of the dasher and went high in the sky. And goaltender Mark Getman called for the free catch.
Face-off just outside the Cataracts blue line. Sims in to take the face-off against Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh wins it to Oates. Quickly across to Cadigan. Cadigan will fire it in. Dalton in there to chase it. He gets hit against the boards. Cole spins away from a check and gets rid of it. Cadigan back in his own end. Yetman is chasing him down. Puck comes all the way down into the Cataracts end. Short. Hard pass up ahead. Cole somehow managed to knock it down.
Yes, he did.
Couldn't control, but now he's got it. Cole trying to cut in front, knocked off his stick. That pass had a lot of zip on it.
And waist high.
Yeah.
Just on top of everything else.
Yetman in over the blue line with Cole. Yetman shot off the boards. Cole over looking for it. Tips it back to Sam Hounsell. Hounsell, that went off a couple of sticks wide. Cole in behind the goal. Let's lift it out, down the ice. That'll go all the way down the ice. They'll call icing. We'll get in a quick break here early, Robert, while we can.
Well, we can.
Truck Month is back at Riverview Motors. Now is your best time to get into a new GM truck. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on the 2019 LD Silverado and Sierra Limited Double Cab. plus $6,500 in credits. View the 2019 Silverado Custom and Sierra Elevation models, both with special 36-month lease offers from $109 weekly. More truck offers at Riverview Motors, Grand Falls, Windsor, celebrating 50 years in business.
Play just outside the Cataracts blue line, right down below us, comes over to Lindstrom. Lindstrom dumps it down into the corner. Wicks is there to get it, in behind the goal. Fed it out in front for McGurk, and he put it out in front. That went past Bussey, and the Breakers forced to get rid of it. Lindstrom back in his own end, circling the goal. And try that long stretch pass again. That's knocked down. Kennedy has it, plays it back in for the Breakers. Gets past Power. Sims overskated it. Now he'll go chase it down along the far boards, chips it in, avoids the check, hops around Brown. Yetman is hit. It's going to be a penalty coming up.
I think it's going to be interference, George. Either interference or head contact, one or the other.
Cataracts maintain possession. Whiffen has gone to the bench. They've got the extra skater out there. Sims backing up. Pass off the skate of Yetman. As the whistle goes, the Cataracts about to go on the power play. Elbowing is going to be the call, Robert.
Didn't see the elbow there, but either way, it was going to be a penalty. And, of course, Patty Yetman was sort of in a semi-defensive position, had his head down, was looking. And, of course, the puck was not near him, and he got hit pretty good.
Brandon Beard gone to the penalty box, number 22. Face-off outside the Cataracts blue line. 16:20 to go in the third. In regulation, we are still tied. Twice the Breakers had a 2-goal lead. They led it 2-0 and 3-1. Cataracts fought back to tie it up. Now they'll go on the power play.
Brown for elbowing at 3:40.
Yetman drops it back to Sims. Up ahead, Bussey. And along the boards, taken away from him by Cadigan. Cadigan circling the goal. Cadigan plays it up along the boards, and it's out. Sims too short. Short, slow to move it. Flips it into the middle, gets it to Yetman. Yetman will gain the zone. Drops it for Bussey. Back to Yetman. Yetman in around the boards. Hustling to keep it in. Roddy short. Hard around the board. Yetman had it hop over his stick. It'll come all the way back to Steven Sims. Sims down. Yetman back to Sims. Down in the corner. Cole. Yetman with a chance. Elected to try and make the pass. Had a great chance, I thought, to shoot it.
I thought he was going to shoot it, George. I was getting ready for you to say that he was shooting it. In a great shooting position.
Pass back. Just kept onside by Sims. I'm not sure, Robert.
That's a tough one there. His stick was out over the blue line, but I think the puck may have stayed in. Linesman was right on it.
Yetman. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Cole. That goes by everybody. .30 seconds to go in the power play. McGurk tried to make the pass. It was stopped by Kavanaugh and McGurk. And Kavanaugh came together. Fans thinking it should be a penalty against McGurk. It's dumped into the corner. McGurk in to get it and around behind into the far corner. LeDrew on it first, and LeDrew clears it down the ice. Not much happening on this power play for the Cataracts. And a couple of possessions, but
too passive on the puck, George.
Not a shot on goal.
Not enough urgency.
Hounsell. As the penalty has expired, Hounsell circling the goal. Back at the point, Lindstrom shot right on. Tipped by Wicks, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, George, one of the things, they were down the puck, they had a couple of possessions of the puck, but it was just too slow moving the puck. And when they did move the puck, George, they were stood still, and that's no good. When you start to move the puck, no matter how hard you pass it, if you stay in that general area and don't move, then it's very easy to defend against.
14:05 to go in the third. Carthy couldn't knock it down. Hounsell's got it. Swings it over to Lindstrom. Up ahead to Gill. Gill shoots it in. Yetman out to play it into the corner to Cadigan off the boards. Tip, Gill looking for it. Back to Cadigan. Over here to Oates. Oates will get it out over the blue line. Up ahead to McCarthy. McCarthy in over the blue line in the Cataracts zone. Shot right on goal. Whiffen made the save and holds on to it.
I think the net may have came off as AJ backed into it as well, George. Haven't seen much of that over here as opposed to some of the other rinks we visited this year.
Shots on goal, 35-31 right now, favoring the Cataracts.
Breakers have shortened the gap. It was a bigger gap much earlier, but just 4 shots apart now.
Referee wants to talk to Blake Dalton and Sam Hounsell. They're having a little silly battle to the side of the face-off circle.
That's one way to call it.
There they continue. Hounsell puts a stick on top of Dalton.
Well, I think what you're going to see, the official is going to let them go once more, and he's going to call 2 of them for unsportsmanlike conduct.
The puck is dropped, so we can put an end to that.
Which is good.
Wicks plays it back to Sam Hounsell. Hounsell. Lindstrom lets it go. Getting to it is Bussey. Bussey in over the blue line. Tried to feed Wicks. That was blocked. Came back to Bussey. And again, it was stopped as he tried to feed it in front. Back of the point, held in. Shot right on goal. Yetman's got to be careful as Lindstrom let it go quickly from the blue line.
And that's one of the things that you're going to hear both coaches try to employ now as we get into the latter part of this third period in the game, is that just get any shot at the net, direct it at the net at all, get a deflection, rebound, whatever you can do, but get the puck somehow, try to find a way to get the puck through to the net.
Yetman against Nicholas. Nicholas won it, got it to Cadigan. Brought in, Oates, shot wide of the goal. Cadigan hustling over to hold it in, puts it back in behind the goal again. Oates tried to kick it out in front. Whiffen got the paddle down. It's cleared to the boards. Cole. To Sims. Sims didn't get it in deep. Oates has it. Back to Cadigan. Oates. Tipped in by Kennedy. Kennedy heads to the bench. Whiffen leaves it there for half. Quickly around the boards. Goes by everybody down the ice. Could have been touched, so no icing.
It's a good call by the official.
Breakers were changing. Long shot from outside the blue line, right on goal. You said a shot from anywhere, Robert. There's one.
That's one.
Chafe took a bump. Brent playing the boards, looking for Loveridge. Brent's going to follow up on it himself. Brent pass up ahead for Bussey. Bussey holding it back at the blue line. Shot in on goal. Might have been going wide. Yetman put the blocker on it. Lindstrom. Tipped by Bussey and around behind the goal. Up off to Dasher. Gale with a good golf shot. Clears it down the ice. This will be enough for icing, and it will be an icing call against the Breakers. Down to 11:49 to go in the third.
One of the things, too, I think coaches will say to their players now, particularly the D-men, if you find yourself in a little bit of trouble defensively, icing the puck is not a bad thing. Get some fresh troops out there as you have got a faith in your centerman and, of course, obviously in your goaltending, and I think both coaches do.
Face-off wasn't done cleanly. Hounsell was getting ready to wind up. They'll redo it. Another face-off win by the Breakers. Cadigan around the boards. Thibault stopped up. Kicks it back to Cadigan. Cadigan lifts it up. That'll go out of play over on the far side of the ice.
Seen a lot of pucks go to play here this evening, George. And as we know, fans have to know you got to really keep your eyes on the ice surface and the puck at all times here.
Yetman to take the face off. Again, the Breakers get it, and they'll move it out. Blake Dalton with a shot up high. Whiffen juggles it momentarily, then holds on.
A little low in the action here now, George, getting it to the red line, blue line in, red line, blue line in and back.
11:28 to go.
George, you're talking about the name Dalton. As I was making my way around, Ray Dalton said hello to Ray as he was over the other side, taking the game in, enjoying the festivities here this evening. And Eddie Oates, a buddy of mine from years back, his son is playing here this evening. Eddie, I played baseball with Holy Cross back in the 90s. Good to see Eddie as well.
Yeah, a lot of people here went around and saying hello to a lot of folks. Dalton knocked down Yetman. Yetman looks at the official. Shot comes in. Whiffen makes the save, and it's heating up. Steven Sims. Don't often see him get involved. He's a tough hot under the collar.
He's a tough hombre as well. It was with Patty Yetman, was down in the corner. First got pushed in, and Sims came in to his defense, and then some words were exchanged. Nothing more than that. Officials, I thought, did a good job. One thing the officials have been instructed to do, George, is that let the players decide the game. Let the game be dictated by the players themselves, and don't be anything silly, and we'll let you play.
11:16 to go. As we wind down here in the third period, we'll give you the time during each break, and if there's an extended period of play, we'll throw the time in there. McGurk turning, gave it away back at the point. Cadigan with a shot right on goal. Save was made by Whiffen. Battle continuing in the corners. Turned over. Backhand by Nicholas. It's loose in the crease. Cleared away. Gill has got it. The net had come off momentarily. Officials got it put back. Puck bounces right down to Yetman. He's going to have to cover it up.
There was some real tough battles down low, George, to the right of A.J. Whiffen. Nick Lindstrom was in the corner engaged. Nicholas was in the corner. Cadigan had come down from his defensive position on the left hash marks, and there was some jawing going on there. So as we start to get to the halfway point here at 10:36, the battles along the boards are going to get tougher, meaner, and harder.
Knocked down at the point by Short, but that hit Bussey as he tried to play it in. Hounsell turning back in his own end. Hounsell off the boards, gives it to Bussey. Bussey over to an open wing. Power gets to it first for the Breakers. Up ahead to Chafe. Chafe brings it in over the blue line on the left side. Stops up. Chafe knocked down by Short. Gets back up. And again the players collide. In behind the goal. Beard has it. Beard back at the point. Power swings it across. Brown takes it off the boards and fires it wide. That shot right on goal by Beard. Pass for Power takes him outside the blue line. Breakers have to tag up. They'll take advantage of that to get a change in. Breakers now out shooting the Cataracts 38-36. They've had a pretty good third period. And here they come again. McGurk flips it up. Cadigan has it. Cadigan. Wicks is on him. Stolen away by Gill, but it came outside the blue line, then brought in just offside.
Yeah, a little quick there.
9:16 left to go in the third.
The battles here now, George, you've seen it, and each team now does not want to give up a foot of room, and the thing is that you don't want to see the other players' numbers. If you do, you know you lost your check, and that's never a good thing, especially in the neutral zone here as pucks get turned over.
Well, the face-off, the puck went straight up in the air. Brent has it. He'll shoot it in. Yetman stops it up there for Cadigan. Expect to see a lot of ice time from number 6.
He lugs a lot of it.
Shoots it in around the boards. Dalton got to it first. Thibault, Nicholas, Kavanaugh's in there. Brent has it off the boards, looking for Wicks. Kept in. Doesn't get through. Hard off the boards again. They don't get it out. Lindstrom muscles it out. Kavanaugh stepped into him. McGurk is poke checked as he got to the blue line. Penalty coming up to Peter Kavanaugh.
That's got to be a penalty there, my goodness.
Yeah, he got his hands up into the face of Kyle McGurk.
Yes, and the back official was watching it because I looked at the first official and I said, that's not a penalty, then nothing is.
It's his second penalty of the game.
Second penalty's been on the score sheet. There's a goal, couple of penalties.
8:33 to go.
Huge moment in this game right now. So Kavanaugh will spend 2 minutes or less for roughing.
Breakers penalty number 44, Peter Kavanaugh, 2 minutes for
Back of the point. Short. He'll shoot it. That went wide. Sims pinching in, holds it in, around behind the goal. Cole fanned on it. Back to Short. Around behind the goal. Cole has it. Cole turning. Cole back to Sims. Sims in front, looking for the deflection was Yetman. The puck hopped over his stick. The Breakers get it, send it down the ice. Whiffen, long pass up ahead to Mike Brent. Cataracts were changing though. Brent's all alone, and that'll allow the Breakers to clear it down the ice. It's so many games with the Flyers this year. Gill couldn't handle the pass. It looked like a pretty good one.
He caught up to the puck and overskated the puck.
49 seconds to go in the power play. 7:20 to go in the period. Wicks stepped on the puck, got it in onside, but now Wicks, no, it is offside. And they're going to bring it back, and Danny Wicks shaking up a little bit.
He took that off the inside of the foot and had a little chop on the foot. Cataracts just, those passes, George, coming into your own zone, you know, they're higher passes, but they're 85 and 90 feet passes as opposed to the puck support passes that most coaches would like to see from a D-man to a forward. Puck support means 12, 14-foot penalty. You cannot be passive on. You can't wait. You've got to move the puck quicker.
Short with a shot, missed the net, and that's going to help kill it.
That's a real tough shot to take there. You've got to make that hit the goaltender somehow.
Sims, 16 seconds to go in the first penalty. Yetman let it go and thought his D-man was going to get it. That'll pretty much do it for the 5-on-3.
But Cadigan read that extremely well, George, and just kept going.
Kavanaugh's out of the penalty box, so it's 5-on-4 now for the Cataracts. Round the boards. Yetman back for Sims. Back for Gill in the corner. Gill. Back to Sims. Sims missed it. Cataracts helping kill this penalty themselves. Yetman. Back to Sims. Sims, not sure what he was thinking, but turned it over. Here's Thibault, short-handed. Lost the handle.
He was off to the races.
Cataracts looking very disorganized right now. Brent. So 50 seconds to go in the power play. Shot, save made by Yetman. Lindstrom played it back, and Andre Gill sends it down the ice. Intention was to swing it across the blue line, but that wasn't even close.
No, and plus back on.
And they'll bring it in. Bussey drops it back to McGurk. McGurk will set it up. McGurk down to Bussey, behind the goal. Bussey out in front to McGurk, scores!
That's the backdoor play, George. There was nothing going on at all. The play was coming back to, the Breakers were following that play as goaltender Yetman was. A backdoor play reverses it. Basically an empty net goal.
That's
Goaltender Mark Yetman never had a chance.
Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts power play goal scored by 18, Kyle McGurk. The assist, 27, Nicholas Lindstrom. 63, Danny Wicks. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 28 seconds. Cataracts power play goal scored by 18, Kyle McGurk. From 27, Nicholas Lindstrom. 63, Danny Wicks. At 14:28.
Whiffen sprawls out, makes the save. 4-3 Cataracts.
And that was
5:04 to go.
That was another good shot there by Cadigan. George, he always manages to take that puck off the boards. I'm so impressed the way he really plays his position well, but gets quality shots away when it seems like there's not much there. And, of course, 5 minutes left, George, you're going to see him out there for at least half of this.
Face-off deep in Cataract territory.
Next 5 minutes, George, are going to be dandy.
Buckle up.
Let's get ready. We're in for one wicked finish.
Well, Robert, you know the line. Here we go. We got a real pressure cooker going here.
I love it.
Shot from the point. Whiffen's got it. Holds on.
George, I've been noticing the last 3 or 4 minutes down this way, that net has come off a number of times. That's going to be something to keep an eye out for, too. The right post of A.J. Whiffen there, it's come off a couple times. He just fixed it again, but let's just hope and pray that nothing happens that will have some focus on the game there.
Scramble draw taken by Lindstrom. Round the boards. Cole gets to it. Power does a good job to get his glove on it and hold it in. This time he got his foot on it and held it in. Mike Brent kicks it down. And the cameraman's getting excited. Lindstrom off the glass and out. It was in behind Cole. Beard missed it. Sims follows up on it. Sims stopped by Power. Cole couldn't get a stick on it. 4:23 to go. Chafe in over the blue line. Holding it against Yetman. Chafe with a good move. Chafe. Yetman caught up to him on the second try. Both players go down. No quarter given here.
Nothing.
Breakers are in on it. Circling the goal. Wrap around. Whiffen got over and got the left pad down and just shut down that post at the last second. Great opportunity for the Breakers.
It was a great opportunity, George. There was a little daylight there. Almost got it in there. AJ just managed to get his pad across. There was a gap, but what a move that Porter put on there. Patty Yetman to get him freed up.
Puck is cleared out. Under 4 to go now. Hounsell again gets rid of it. Gets past Cadigan. He's got to hustle back into his own end. Cadigan. Good pass. Stick of Kavanaugh. He mishandled it. Would have been offside if he kept going. Breakers had to tag up, allow the Cataracts to get it out. Wicks. Hounsell. Off the boards. Bussey. Picked up by Wicks. Good speed to get in there and get to the puck first. Gets it down low. Gill in there looking for it. Fowler comes up with it. Stephen Fowler. Pass to Dalton. That was picked off by McGurk. McGurk just feathers it back down the ice. Cadigan back to get it. 3 minutes to go in the third.
Cataracts are employing a 1-3-1 trap here now, George. No forechecker at all.
Saw them do that a lot against the Flyers.
Effectively.
Yetman will get to it first along the boards. Gets it out. Lindstrom trying to follow up on it. He's stopped up at the blue line. He's got to hustle back. Nicholas let it go. Brent follows up on it. Mike Brent in over the blue line. Good pass to Sims. Sims winds up. Good hard shot. Yetman had a quick look around. He's got it between the pads. 2:36 to go here in the third period. Cataracts lead it 4-3. The faceoff will be deep in Breakers territory.
But George, if you notice there then, is that all players are trying to do now is just to get the puck down deep and then come back, and that's so important at this stage of the game.
McGurk wins the faceoff back to Brent. Brent In around behind the goal. McGurk is there. Puck was up on the dasher.
Ball last night.
Yeah, I got ball hockey coming up the summer, too. Sims with a shot. Yetman made the save. Puck went up in the air. Play it back to the point. Brent gets it. Shot. Hit a couple of legs in front. Didn't get through. Flipped out. Lindstrom will get it, and he'll send it back down deep again. 2:10 to go. Breakers are on it. Chafe drops it back for Beard. Beard in over the blue line. Beard with a shot blocked by Hounsell. Comes to the boards. Get a race for it so he can get to it first. McGurk gets to it. Clears it out. Under 2 to play. Beard will bring it back in. Nicholas heading for the front of the goal. He'll get the pass down in the corner. Jeremy Nicholas circling. Nicholas out in front. Shot. Whiffen made the save. Puck comes to the boards. Beard holds it in.
Have to keep an eye on goaltender Yetman now. He's going to be going pretty soon, I would think.
Fan on the shot. It's still loose, and it just comes out over the blue line. 1:30 to go.
He's looking over towards the bench.
Stephen Oates gets to the blue line and over. Oates down into the corner. Hounsell's watching him. Oates, short stepped into Oates. Played back to the point. They've got the net empty. Extra attackers out. Puck comes to the side of the goal. Minute 10 to go. Breakers keep it in. Bussey gets it and gets it out. Cataracts changing. Breakers moving up quickly. They spotted Kennedy and he gets hit hard by Lindstrom. McGurk hard around the boards. It's going to go by everybody. That'll be an icing call with 54.5 seconds to go.
There'll be a timeout here now, George, no doubt about it. As the Southern Shore Breaker D-man was trying to get over to get to that puck, George, he got into the way, the linesman got in the way of him, which had allowed the icing to take place. I think he might have gotten to the puck. However, it wouldn't have been inside of the blue line, so they would have caught a little bit of a break there. There'll be a timeout here now for the Southern Shore Breakers.
All right, Robert, catch your breath. We're going to take a quick break ourselves, and then we'll be back with the final 54 seconds.
Beautiful.
Feeling hungry? Let us take care of you at Lefty's Pizzeria and Lounge, 24 Lincoln Road, Grand Falls, Windsor. Famous for our stone-baked pizza and our own Italian dough and secret sauce that's made fresh daily. Also try our garlic fingers, pastas, wings, nachos, lasagna, donaires, and even fresh homemade bread. Delivery is available starting at 4 p.m. and we now offer vicinity rewards. Get the best for your money at Lefty's Pizzeria and Lounge. Call 489-2944 to place an order.
Okay, timeout is over. 54.5 seconds left to go. Breakers net is empty.
Just joined up here, George, to my right, Mr. Aaron Flood, who was a Canada Games mission staff member of me, Eddie Flood's son, refereeing chief for the province. Aaron's taking in the game here this evening.
Power. Breakers win the faceoff. That was blocked by Sim. Shot comes in, hits the outside of the goal. Again, the Breakers net is empty. They've got 6 skaters out there. Thibault around behind the goal. Thibault circling, went right through the crease. Cadigan has got it. His shot, that got through. McGurk has it. Power knocks it down. Couldn't find it. Yetman's got it. Make sure he gets to center and then clears it in. Smart play, Pat Yetman.
Very smart.
25 seconds left to go.
Still lots of time.
Kavanagh in over the blue line. Stood up by Brent. Goes into the corner. McGurk goes down. 13 seconds to go. Big pile up in the corner. Whistle goes. Now we've got a big face-off.
Huge.
7.5.
Mike Brent is complaining down there, George, as McGurk went in the corner. One of the forwards for the Breakers went in and almost a semi-slew foot on McGurk, and I think he got a little hurt on that one. There's no question.
Yeah, McGurk is
he's
heading towards the bench. He's going to be replaced by Bussey.
Yeah, he got him in the back of the leg, George. I was watching, and that's why Mike Brent went in and got his stick up high, but he's laboring there now, and I think the Cataracts are going to call a timeout, George, because they want to get fresh troops out there, and unquestionably, McGurk now is their best face-off guy, and if he can go, they'll get him back out there. If he can't, then I think you may see Stephen Sims take it, because right now they don't have a regular centerman besides him. Patty Yetman doesn't want to take this draw on the left-hand side, being a right-hand man.
No. So they're going to talk about it over at the Cataracts bench. There you see the players. Brian Tremlett, and you see Brad Lewis is there. As you mentioned, Robert, did not see any ice tonight.
No, and that was the plan.
Just an emergency player.
And he's still giving instructions over there with Coach Tremlett as well and Patty Yetman. So it's a good trio there. McGurk will be back out, George, as I thought he would, and there's no question he's going to be taking this face-off. And, George, it's not a matter of winning the face-off, it's a matter of not losing it. There's the difference.
Don't want to lose it clean.
If it stays in your skates and there's a scramble, that's a good job.
It'll be Nicholas against McGurk. Jeremy Nicholas has been very good on the face-offs tonight. As you mentioned, McGurk is the Cataracts' best one. Nicholas won it cleanly. Shot from the point didn't get through. Brent's got it, sends it down the length of the ice. 4 seconds. Not over yet. 2.3 to go.
And George, we talked about he did lose the draw cleanly. Nicholas won the draw cleanly. They weren't able to get a shot away directed at the net, but he lost the draw cleanly.
Yeah, as it came back to the point, the defenseman looked like he was going to have a chance to get a good shot, but the puck was kind of bouncing a bit, and it just fluttered in towards all the players in front. Here we go, 2.3. There's the scramble draw. You want it. McGurk sits on it, covers it up, and the game is over.
That's a big come from behind victory for the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts, who fouled them this down early, 2-0. And of course, AJ Whiffen now is getting into a heated exchange with the fans up there. And
stay out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly.
To anybody.
That's a big victory for the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts on the road to open with a victory after being down 2-0, and it could have been 3-0 early, George.
Yep.
And hats off. This was a great ball game here this evening.
I'll tell you, the Breakers came out, as we talked about. They had a lot of momentum after that series against Clarenville. You could see it at the beginning. They did jump all over the Cataracts early. They got that 2-0 lead, as you mentioned, and yeah, they came very close to making it 3-0. But the Cataracts, people talked about their veteran experience. They did hang in there. Got a goal by Andre Gill to get themselves back into it, and then began to get a flow. And then, of course, the power play goal, a little bit of penalty trouble by the Breakers late in the game.
Well, 2 in a row, George, and we go back to the second period when they had 6 minutes almost basically in a row, double minor for high sticking, and then another one. They were managed to kill that off. Goaltender Mark Edmund stood on his head, even though there was a couple of goals scored against him. He really had nothing that really could stop them. 2 were back place. He stopped the penalty shot as well. So the thing is, it was an ebb and flow to the game all night long. But the thing is, there was a couple of turnovers by the Southern Shore Breakers late in the game that enabled the Cataracts to get in on odd man rushes. And when that happens, even though your goaltender is a good goaltender, sometimes they find the back of the net, and that's exactly what happened there.
I mean, really, this game was pretty much, I think, what a lot of us expected. A close game, competitive game, came right down to the last few seconds. This series could play out the way that Game 1 did.
I think so, George. I don't think either one of these teams are that much better than the other that you're going to see a lopsided score. I really don't think it. They're tough battles along the boards. We see some outstanding goaltending. We got some good offensive players on both teams. I mean, you watch Cadigan on D there tonight. He was probably their best offensive player, their best overall player. Besides,
he had a couple of goals.
A couple of goals, right? He had a really nice assist, blocked 2 shots. Of course, he lugs a tremendous amount of ice time. He's relied on a lot. Nicholas up front for them is a skilled player, really good down low, finds the open ice. And then, of course, you got the Cataracts with their veteran leadership, and you see Patty Yetman. You talked about when he picked that puck up in the neutral zone there just with 35 seconds left. A lot of players might have thought about shooting it down the ice. No, he wanted to pass the puck, believe it or not. Passing option wasn't there. He got a foot over the red line and just chipped it down when enabled time to lapse off the clock.
So a terrific opening game to these 2019 Herder Championships. Cataracts win the opening game 4-3. Just to let you know, quickly mention next weekend games 3, 4, and 5 back at the Joe Byrne in Grand Falls, Windsor. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon if necessary. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't necessary.
I would be extremely shocked if it wasn't necessary. You're exactly right, George.
All right, Robert, we're going to do this again tomorrow. Game time tomorrow is 2 o'clock here at the Jack Byrne game number
2 or 1:30?
2.
2 o'clock, okay.
2, right, Wayne? Wayne says 1:30.
I looked at the ticket. It says printed on the ticket 1:30, but
I always thought it was okay. I don't want to confuse him, but let me see if it's in the program. I had it down as 2 all along. Anyway, check your local listings.
But I'm just going by what I seen on one of the tickets, and it said 1:30.
Okay.
So
hope it's 1:30.
well, I hope it's 1:30 too.
You have to drive back afterwards.
Exactly.
Anyway, sorry about that, folks. Hope it didn't confuse anybody too much. You can check it online. I'm sure there's all kinds of places you can find it. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with game number 2 for Robert Golding and our cameraman, Wayne Lynch. Folks, my name is George Scott, and have yourselves a great night.